Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, 100% RC, Professor Damian Flowers, and Tyler Wright.
Oh, snap. What's up, guys? How in the world did I mute myself? That's crazy. Man, somebody over here pushing buttons, and it's not me. But what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Voice of the Fan Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Swift Reynolds. We have Professor Fly 100% RC with us tonight. And Dustin Bishop is running late, so we're going to continue without him. We're going to wait till he come in. What's up, fellas?
All right, man. It's Monday, man. It's Monday. Let's get it. It's
Monday.
Top of the week.
Right. Monday.
Go freeze tonight. Let's go freeze tonight. Y'all make sure y'all get your little drip in your house going.
Weather can't make his mind up, man. It's hot last week. Now I guess the Easter snap done came through. I know I need to go outside and put my covering on one of my hoses outside.
Yeah, it'll probably freezing tonight, man. I got the heat cut off, so now I'm just gonna use space heaters in the house, I guess. So let's dive into basketball. We have a segment that called Fast Break, just in case y'all didn't know. All right, the NCAA tournament's tomorrow, am I right?
Probably start Wednesday, Thursday, don't it?
Thursday, yeah.
I thought I saw the date for today's Monday, yeah. So it start Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right. So do y'all have any favorites? Flowers? Did you fill out the bracket? That's the question.
No, I haven't filled out a bracket yet. Honestly, I haven't filled out a bracket in years, but I might fill out one this year, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I really haven't paid that much attention to the men's college basketball. But from hearing people talking, I know Connecticut probably is a strong favorite. I think teams like Iowa State, Illinois probably can give them a run in their bracket. If I had to give a sleeper team just off of experience, something like that, I'd probably say somebody like Auburn, somebody like that with Bruce Pearl probably could make a run, Sweet 16 or something like that. Like I said, this is just for me on the outside looking in, but I'm quite sure Connecticut probably has a good chance of winning again this year.
Yeah, man. Auburn. I have a friend who's an Auburn fan. He posted that they clinched whatever their seeding, and he's psyched about it. So Mr. Pearl, he always gonna bring it during the tournament and everything. But yeah, UConn is top favorites right now when I'm looking at the numbers. And but everybody been saying the women's been more signed than men's. I guess that's why they be getting more coverage lately.
Yep.
Especially by ESPN. ESPN been doing a great job, I have to say, by covering the women basketball more than anything. And like you, I haven't filled out a bracket in years, man. They never work out for me, so I never waste my time. They usually bust in the first round. I never make it far.
The best bracket I probably filled out, I was in high school, and I got about 90% of it right.
Dang. A lot of people can't say that. Yeah, Paulie, man, he sent me a message and trying to get us to join the bracket in his league. It was $25 buy-in, but I just didn't put it in time. So it's all good. Shout out to him. RC, you have any favorites in the men's division?
I'm like Flowers. UConn could repeat, but I think North Carolina got a shot. They look really good. NC State looks good. I've been watching a lot of those teams. I know my team didn't even make it. My team was horrible this year, Michigan, but I want to see a new person, a new team, new blood. So new blood could be old blood. It could be North Carolina, it could be Duke. I mean, I think it's a wide open field with what was happening with the one and done stuff. So the more veteran led teams are going to be in the fight. I could see Florida Atlantic. I could see if they're in the field. I think they made it back. New Mexico, teams like that. Iowa State.
Yeah, Iowa State's real good. They thumped Houston the other day. Oh, Wisconsin, Kentucky. You can't.
Wisconsin. That's a couple. So we're gonna see how compared the men division is this year. What about the women's flowers?
I think they put LSU and Iowa on a collision course. I'd rather have been USC in the bracket instead of LSU. I'd rather have seen Juju against Kaylin. You want to see some stuff in the Elite Eight, Final Four. I think they're so busy trying to create matchups that you're probably gonna get that LSU and Iowa or something like that. South Carolina, of course, I'm picking South Carolina to win it. I am curious to see if Caitlin and company can make it to the Final Four. I want to see what Juju and company do at USC. I want to see what LSU does. I'm curious to see how this, how the women play out.
Yes, indeed, because they was talking about one of the coaches. He made a statement. He said, let's send Caitlin Clark packing. So he already got in his mind let's go and take it to these girls, man. That's what we like to see. No buddy. Let's see very competitive, top-notch game here. All right, see who you like in the women's division.
Very, very deep SEC field. Tennessee, Ole Miss, LSU, South Carolina. Then you got out west, Utah with Peel. I think it's Peel's her name. Then you got Caitlin, you got UConn, but UConn need to be up on upset alert. Jackson State girls are primed to make a run.
I agree.
They're really good, and UConn is really banged up, and I think we got an upset brewing. Like my boy said on Life, I got an ass whooping brewing up my sleeve, Ray. I'm telling you right now, I think they can do it. And then I'm pulling for Caitlin. I want South Carolina, LSU, or Iowa to win, but I want to see Caitlin go out with a championship. I think, to me personally, it's good for the game. She's good for the game. LSU's good for the game. It's good to see the underdog. She's going to be the underdog. She don't have the help. If she can pull it off, it'll be amazing. But I'm excited about watching the girls play. Yes,
indeed. Yeah, I just looked it up. I think the tournament starts tomorrow. That's what Google said anyway. So, man, we're going to see.
As you know, they had a play-in, so that might be what it is.
Tuesday. I think it's Wednesday or Tuesday. One of those days, it's a play-in. It's one more game. It's like the last team or something like that.
When they started doing the play-in, I don't remember doing the play-in last year.
It's like the first 4 in, something like that. It's called first something. It's called something.
Like two teams play to be the 16 seed just to get put out on Thursday.
Well, speaking of getting put out, the NBA's heating up. Everybody feeling pressure right now. So NBA, they put out the Western Conference standings with OKC number 1, Nuggets number 2, Timberwolves number 3, Clippers number 4, Pelicans number 5, Kings number 6. And right now in the play-in tournament, it's Dallas at 7, Suns is 8, Golden State at 9, Lakers at 10. So Flowers in that 4 teams right there in the play-in. The Rockets, they right behind the Lakers. They 4 games back right now at 32 and 35. Lakers are 36 and 32.
Right. The Rockets probably won't catch the Lakers. I wouldn't think they would unless something just catastrophically happened. But we want to talk about the play-in or the first 6 seeds?
Yeah, let's talk about the play-in with those 4 teams. Which one do you think will earn themselves a spot?
I mean, just looking at the spots right now, Dallas, to me, is probably the most dangerous one. It will be probably Dallas against the Lakers. Man, Dallas plays the Lakers pretty well, man. Like, they can't afford to I mean, because that would be a one and done game. Well, no. How do they do it?
I thought they lost.
It's the 7 and the 8. Excuse me. Yeah, it's the 7 and the 8 go against each other. Excuse me. So, Dallas and who's the AC?
Phoenix. Don't the loser have to play another game?
Phoenix. The 7 and the 8 seed. Yeah, the winner gets the 7 seed, and the AC gets to play the other game. Dallas would beat Phoenix in that matchup. I think Luka and company have always just had Phoenix number. Phoenix to me, even with Durant, Booker, and Beal, really isn't a true leader on the team, and it's showing. Booker and Durant, they just want to ball. Like who can you say is leading their team? I think like all three of them together are like 15 and 11. So I love Kevin Durant, love Booker, love the games. They're the same player in a sense. You see when Booker had Chris Paul, somebody that was a leader, where it went. I'm not saying KD's a bad guy, nothing like that, but we just can't sit up here and depend on sole talent. And that's what we got to give LeBron James credit, because he's been a leader 21 years he's played. You have to give him that credit. But Lakers and Golden State, I don't think Golden State will beat the Lakers. Just my opinion. I just think LeBron and AD will be too much. I just think they're too young, and the size will come in advantage unless Curry just bust them for 50, and you gotta a few here and there from somebody else. I just don't see it.
What do you think, RC, about that 7? Dallas and 7, Suns at 8, Golden State at 9, Lakers at 10.
It's really don't give a damn, because I think the NBA is cheating the fan base by having that even a consideration. Like the whole play in tournament to me is
I agree.
Crap. Like you got to think about the Lakers haven't played good basketball all season, and they at the very bottom and can possibly make a run from that spot to the finals. I don't think they will. Golden State on life support. Phoenix never really played together. Dallas, I can't really figure out what their issues are, but I think it's a consolation prize. It's like giving them you're giving them all this opportunity to make the playoffs. But if I had to choose who would get the 7 and the 8 spot, to me it'll be Dallas and Golden State. I don't want to see the Lakers in the playoffs, because I feel like as a fan of the Lakers, this is not the route we take. Like, dude, we're in a 10th spot. Like, I don't want to see you in the playoffs and then get in the playoffs and get embarrassed, or get in the playoffs and make this run. You notice LeBron the last few years has been the same thing, this false hope and this false narrative. Like, bro, this is it. And there's nothing wrong with starting over and rebuilding. He can go play somewhere else and enjoy his life, and we can get ours back. But I'm pulling for Kyrie. I'm pulling for Luka, because Luka may win the MVP and might not make the playoffs.
Yep.
That's weird.
That's a problem for me, NBA. And one quick note. I sent the video out to a few of my partners showing what LeBron don't help on help side defense. He kind of just stepped in and looked away. My issue with this basketball is, are you just waiting to now? Like, if they all of a sudden turn it on and they make a run, I got an issue, because you're saying I know I'm at least get 9 or 10. I'm at least get a shot to make the playoffs, and when we have to play, we will. That's stupid to me. That's a standard for kids we trying to get away from. We want that switch turned on all the time. So
remember this:
LeBron State and Dallas.
He didn't like it at first, the play in, until it started benefiting them.
Right, that's him.
He saw the overall big picture. He's like, okay, I can see how this will work. Yeah, that's my problem. Is I don't feel like we should give losers a chance to do anything. If you've been stuck in this whole year, then you shouldn't be awarded a chance to get into the playoffs. Like, no.
And then it's not, I'm quite sure when the league, thought of this idea, end quote, they probably thought that would be for the younger teams to battle it out. Hell, look who's been there for the past 3 years.
Right.
I'm talking about the team with 3 guys on their team who are veterans, who have a lot of playoff experience, championship experience, and you're at the bottom. You're 10th. So Man, imagine if the NFL did this dumb shit. Like, okay, Arizona Cardinals, you beat Philadelphia at the end. We're gonna put you in the play-in tournament to see if you get in. Come on, man, quit.
Or the Saints, putting the Saints, they're like, oh, they got a young spark on that team. They might can upset somebody.
Oh,
Let's go ahead and slide them in.
The Saints, the Raiders, the Cardinals, those teams like that.
Yeah.
What's the point of having it? See, only organizations or sports leagues that's got to do that is the one that control their draft. And they control their draft. You can't do that in the NFL because you reward the team that had the worst season.
Right.
NBA not so much. They put them players where they want them to go.
Like I called it last year. I called this a gimmick, and that's what it is. Just to get more eyes on the game, try to get some excitement brewing. Like, oh, the play-in tournament. They showed Curry clapping like, yeah, he all excited about the play-in tournament.
So basically, you got 3 tournaments: in-season tournament, play-in tournament, real. Come on, cuz. Come on.
Too many tournaments. Too many tournaments for a league that generates that much money. Come on,
man.
Put the best product on the field. Let's keep it moving. Stop with all the antics, man.
I agree.
All right. So in the East, Celtics are number 1, Bucks are number 2, Cleveland number 3, Knicks are number 4, Magics are number 5, Indiana's number 6, Miami is 7th, Sixers are 8th, Bulls are 9th, Hawks are 10th, and Nets are 4 games back of the Hawks right now.
I ain't catching them.
Yep. So out of that 4 group, RC, Heat, 76ers, Bulls, and Hawks.
That's another situation. The Heat will be my team making it back to the finals again because they just lay it in weeds and the Heat culture takes over and they make this amazing run. So they would get 7th seed or the 8th seed. Did the Bulls and the Sixers play each other?
The Heat and the 76ers, 7th and 8th.
So
and the Bulls and Hawks play.
So I'm going Bulls in the Heat. But that's another thing. Like on the East side, I'm not as bothered by it because they don't have perennial all-stars. Like, they don't have legacy guys. Jimmy Butler is a good basketball player. He's not Dwayne Wade. Bam is not AD. There's no Steph Curry on that side. Trey impersonates him, but he's not Trey. He's not Steph. There is no Kevin Durant on Chicago Bulls. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's no Luka. There's no MVP candidate at the very bottom. So the East is kind of working out. But whoever comes up out of that, get those last 2 spots. I can see Miami making a run, but the other one was dead on arrival because they don't match up. And then I really like what I'm seeing out of Boston, Milwaukee, hell, even Orlando. I like what I see out of Orlando as well. So,
why do it seem like the East have more blue-collar guys? Like, they grind it out with you.
That's traditionally the East.
Yeah, man. They just don't have, like I said, the star power, but they have them guys that they grind it. They come play every night.
Answering your own
Flowers.
Like the East Coast and the South, that's nothing but a bunch of blue-collar places. Out West is nothing but
Right on. So who do you have in that for a little team playing? If those 4 teams make it?
Same as RC, man. Like the Heat, the culture, everything about the Heat is real. Like, they're just waiting in the weeds. And injuries are playing a big part right now, going on in the East. Miami, I wouldn't be surprised they made a run. The Knicks, I'm thinking the Knicks, if they can get healthy, I think the Knicks probably can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, depending on who they have to play in the second round. I think that the Knicks can play with anybody. Honestly, they got a great roster. Curious to see what Dame and Giannis do during playoff time. I just think they probably need to hand the keys off to Dame more. I think Giannis just needs to play off the ball and stop trying to be a primary ball handler, because when you put it in Damian Lillard's hands, I think you unlock him more. There's the potential of him doing more. Like, I think he had like 31 and 16. Giannis was on the bench when they beat the Suns yesterday.
Yeah, him and Bobby Portis combined for like 65 or something.
So I'm saying 16 assists, 30 points. That just is evidence that, man, just put the ball in Dame's hands, and Giannis needs to play a little more off of him. I'm quite sure they'll do that in the playoffs. I do like this young Magic team. They're long, they're big, they're just young, need some experience. Great coach, well coached, man. Bankero, the Wagner twins. They got a lot of size, a lot of athleticism. I think that'll be a pretty good team to play in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be an easy win. Playing wise, man, Chicago has a lot of potential, but I just don't think they know how to use it. I like the young kid, Kobe White. DeRozan, love him being a handler. I think they're better without Levine. That's my opinion. They got a lot of young kids, a lot of young, hungry kids and bigs. So they got a variety of both. They can be a matchup nightmare depending if they put their lunch hats on and come to play. Boston, and I'll say this and wrap it up. I like Boston. I understand what Boston's doing, but I just don't know if a team that's that size with that kind of athleticism will they win an NBA Finals, man, just dependent on the jump shot. That I feel like it's got to be more aggressive. They can't keep just shoot. They can't shoot 40, 53s a game. I understand Missoula, and that's his system. That's what he wants to do. But look, Jason Tatum doesn't need to be settling for 22, 23-foot jump shots. Every time he turns the corner, he needs to be a little more aggressive and, get to the hole, distribute. That's when he can average, 28, 8, and 8. Jason Tatum can be that kind of player if he wants to. I just think he wants to be more of a scorer. And like I said, he'll just take a back seat, and this depends on how the game going. But look, they got some bucket getters. I expect them to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, but don't be shocked if they don't make the finals.
Well, if they don't make the playoffs, make the finals, what you do with the team? They've been underachieving for how many years now?
If Doku is still there, I think they win the championship.
I'm gonna tell you who they are. Here's a great comparison. They are the San Francisco 49ers of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
They got everything you need to win. They got all the hype, all the hoopla. They got the stars, and they keep getting to this spot and getting stuck. It's like, what else do you need? Like, it's kind of like that's the perfect example. They are the San Francisco 49ers of the NBA. That's that version of just. There's nothing more you need to do to this team. Now, even though they shoot a lot of threes, the issue with the NBA today, and this is what I would do with Dame, is I would force Giannis to play on the block and say, hey, listen, with this guy being a point, he's a true point. Even though he shoot a lot of shots, you go down there and be a back to the basket presence, then we get back to true basketball because they're giving us that. That's what's wrong with the NBA. The big three, the big two, it don't work unless somebody is an all defender all time. Like Pippen and Jordan work because Mike gonna take the volume of the shots. Pippen's gonna do all the others. It has to be defined roles for it to work. When I watch Boston, Tatum is taking a lot of threes. My guy Jaylen Brown want to prove to the world he can shoot a lot of threes. Porzingis shooting a lot of threes. Who the dog? You got Al Horford. He's
the old dog.
Yeah, but you needed a guy on the block that's gonna get down there. Tatum would be great going down there with his back to the basket, fading away or jump hooking or up and under. It's just this championship gonna be won the way Denver won it last year. We can play from the perimeter, but we're gonna start here on the block. And so that's my thing, man. That's what's wrong. It ain't. It's like people are afraid to get back to how basketball used to be, but it's really efficient.
Yeah, it really is. Them 3-pointers, man, they're not efficient as people think they are. They're only efficient when you make them. If you go cold, that's the Rockets. Yeah, it's gonna be the nail in the coffin for you. So you gotta get them easy buckets, man. You gotta take the whole
one more thing.
Easy. Yeah, what's up?
I just want to say, you bring up talking about threes. This is what I don't understand about analytics and 3-point shot. The pace that they play nowadays, it shouldn't matter if they're taking threes or twos. Just get a damn bucket. At the pace they're playing, they're going to put up 100-plus points regardless if you're taking the threes or not, just because of the pace itself. As long as you're just putting the ball in the hole, I think the game will be just fine. I just think analytics and, like I said, Harden and Steph Curry and company, those only a certain amount of you guys that can do what they did at that time. And the NBA just tried to replicate it, and it's slowly getting back. But people just got to understand, just get a bucket. If the three is there, it's there. But there's nothing wrong with getting it on the block, top of the key, pick and roll, whatever you want to do. I just don't think you need to just settle shooting 40, 50 threes a game.
Yep, your high percentage shot is in the middle of the paint. The thing is, too, though, how the NBA is calling the game, you can live at the free throw line. I don't know why guys don't take advantage of that.
So the problem with American-born players, we're not trendy. We're not trendsetters. We're followers. So the European players are playing comfortably in their system in the way they play. We're following that. We're not naturally just. It takes a lot of energy to shoot threes.
Yes, it
It
does.
does.
So you
A lot of
shoot.
legs.
That's a longer shot. Then you're always in transition. When you play in the half court or you're playing downhill, you're giving your guys a chance to get back on defense. It's just simplistic. We're just followers, man. We need Anthony Edwards looks so great in the league right now. I love him, but the reason why his game looks so good and he has the mid range. It gets downhill to the basket. There's no rim protection. Like that's why LeBron's able to continue to play. There's nothing. There's no resistance on defense. So, man, I feel like too. That's the thing, Boston. That's what we're gonna call the Boston the championship when they play Denver. Can you defend the big guy?
Mm-hmm.
And one more point about 3-point shot. A lot of people don't understand when my coach taught us. Oh, that's Dustin. We didn't jack a lot of threes. You know what I'm saying? Because if you miss those 3-point shots, they lead to easy transition on the upper side of the ball. So you on the other side of the court. So you better make your shots. Cause now it's gonna lead to fast breaks. You try and get back on defense. Next that's what cherry picking come in. We saw guys cherry pick all the time. So if you taking on 3-point shots, you better make them. You better make the other team pay. What's up, Dustin?
What's up, y'all?
What's going on?
What's up, buddy?
So
Nothing much. What y'all on?
We talking about NBA, the playing with the 4 teams in the playing tournament right now. I can go ahead and let you answer the question.
Okay.
Who do you have coming out of the East in the playing tournament? Right now it's the Heat, 76ers, Bulls, and Hawks.
Heat, 76ers, Bulls, and Hawks. 76ers.
Really?
Joel Embiid gonna be back for the playoffs, right?
How good he gonna be? He's gonna be in shape, or he gonna be ready to roll?
I don't think coming back.
I wouldn't if he's my.
That's questionable, but I give him a better. I mean, he always a wild card, but I mean they had.
Oh, you breaking up? Let me see. Can I pull him back? Hey, you breaking up?
Now you hear me? I say I still go with the 76ers.
Okay. Yeah, well, the Heat, you said the 76ers. Well, they playing all right basketball without Embiid right now. Massey, he been putting up his shots. He started off kind of in the middle of the field, but now he's, getting hot. But I just don't. I'm not a bit believer in the 76ers, especially without Embiid. Who do you have coming out the West? Dallas, Suns, Golden State, or Lakers?
West a little bit tougher, but I mean, I just because Kyrie and Luka been balling, I'm gonna go with Dallas.
Yeah. RC, did you say Dallas too?
Yeah, Dallas and Golden State will be my 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Dustin, you came in on tail end, man. You was trying to save patients' lives or something.
Yeah, man. I gotta make sure I know how to do it.
When you graduate?
In 26.
I'll be here for you know it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially our time in flying. So, Dustin, I have a little treat for you before we move on from NBA, man. Thank you for coming in, though. Did y'all know Wemby has a younger brother?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody says another one of them. Another one of them things.
But did
he gonna be.
see?
I don't know. He like 6'8", I think.
Oh,
Is he done growing? That's the question. That's the question.
right. I don't know how old
He's
he
not
is.
done growing.
I hope so.
I think he's like 16.
Yeah, he's
Probably
like
16.
16,
I
6'8".
hope, I hope he done growing, man. Just watching a player too tall to play basketball annoys the shit out of me. Like Wemby's so talented, it aggravates me watching him, man. Like I was like, if he was 6'6", he'll be better than Kobe Bryant. Like he has all the ability in the world, but when I can't focus on him playing basketball without looking at him like, God, dog, he look like Stretch Armstrong for real. Like it looks like I'm watching a real unicorn giraffe play basketball, man. It's unbelievable.
Man,
He's good.
What 7 footer in the history of the NBA done nutmeg somebody like
This dude,
getting
this dude
nutmeg?
can handle the ball. That's the thing.
You
Like,
know what though? The true thing I watch the Spurs for is just to watch how many of the Spurs player pass him up. I understand them kids trying to get paid and get their bread, but they miss him on so many obvious open attempts. Like just get him the ball. But like I said, I understand that young fellas trying to get paid, but it can't be that obvious.
They know they are everybody on the trading block. They know
that's what they playing for contracts.
They
right,
got everybody on the trading block because especially with
Vassell, what's
Trae
his
Young
name?
said,
Vassell?
he loved to play with Wemby.
That'd be something nice too. If they get Trae Young to set him up, pick and roll style and everything. Oh my goodness.
So one of my friends, he said the reason why he don't want to come on the show or be part of the cast because we like to argue. Apparently, he don't like to argue. I don't think it's arguing; it's more debating. So I got a debate for y'all. Tim Duncan came out and said this. He said, he talking about Jokic. He said, I played him after I was me and before he was him, and I did okay. So Dustin, that's your boy Tim Duncan. Timmy, he said he pretty sure they can handle Jokic. Like he having no problem. So who win that matchup head to head?
I couldn't say who would win. I'd say the Spurs would win the game. That's what I'd say.
Oh, come on. 1-on-1. Just like Kobe or anybody
1-on-1?
else that play 1-on-1. Who will win between Jokic and Tim?
I ain't gonna lie, that's a hard one because I got mad respect for Jokic, but I mean Timmy, he was no slouch on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with the early 2000s rules, I'm going Timmy. I'm going Timmy all the way.
prime player for prime player. Prime Timmy versus prime Jokic. I'm going Tim. Like
Tim, you going Tim Duncan on this?
Easy. I'm not living in the moment. I'm going with the big fundamental. Like, why would I live in the moment?
So you saying easy? You saying easy like it's a no-brainer?
He did, man. He gave Shaq. He gives Shaq.
Bro,
I mean, him and Shaq had some good back and forth, man. And Shaq
couldn't do nothing with him.
He couldn't guard. He couldn't guard that man.
If it wasn't for that lucky ass Derrick Fisher shot,
that corner three.
Look, I'm gonna tell you.
Was it 0.4 seconds, man?
0.4 seconds.
Man, Tim had one more championship.
You got that type of big. These guys, Jokic look great now because there is no resistance. There is no other big that can stop him. So, but if you put him in that era with Rasheed Wallace every night, Ben Wallace every night, Kevin Garnett every night, Tim Duncan every night, Shaq. I mean, Amari Stoudemire would be a problem for him because athletically he got to guard them too. And Kenyon Martin would have gave him fits. I'm just telling you right now, dog. This basketball now is resistant free, bro. It's like thin pieces of toilet paper, dog. Stick your finger right through it. It's easy.
Flowers. Who you have? You said Timmy?
Timmy, man. This is easy money, and that's no disrespect to Jokic, but
wow.
Bro, are you understanding who and what Tim Duncan played against to what Jokic against? Like Tim Duncan played against Shaq damn near probably 100+ times. Yep. Like who was more physical than that? I mean, tell me somebody physical Jokic played against? Like Dwight
I think
Howard,
the close.
as far as
I
defense.
think probably close to probably be
Timmy
He
also had the
when
had
Embiid.
to, Timmy also had he got a little taste of Olajuwon, a little taste of Ewan and Morning and Kim Matumbo. He got a little. He come in, bro. That dude different, man.
Yeah, it'd be a good matchup though. It'd be a very good matchup.
So it would be a good. I think Jokic probably it wouldn't be close, but I think Jokic would get him. I like Tim Duncan too, though.
Hold on, get him.
I like Tim Duncan because of all the post moves and, like you said, his defense. The bank shot was unstoppable. I mean,
do you remember Timmy playing on that one leg for the last part of his career? You remember that?
Yeah, I just don't think Jokic is that couldn't handle a prime team because he was very athletic too.
That man at the end of his career beat the all-time great Miami Heat. I'm talking about, and that when he promised that they were gonna win a championship, like we'll be back and we're gonna win it. He was sitting on that podium with his mindset like we'll be back, we're gonna win, and he delivered. So you talking about they got everybody on their team, and he out there playing with Tiago Splitter. You remember that? Remember that name? Yeah. Yeah. He out there playing with Chris Bosh couldn't do nothing with Tim Duncan on one leg. So
we haven't did a player poll in a long time. So Tim Duncan, thank you for giving us that little nuggets so we can put up on our page to see what everybody votes for. We already know how some teams go on VOL Sportscast IG page. We think it'll go one way, then next it just goes south. So I'm very curious what the younger generation is going to vote on.
Shout out to Tim Duncan, man. He couldn't answer that question no better. That was such a smooth, humble flex. Like,
without saying, he said a lot without saying much, like he usually do. He said a lot without saying much.
That was probably the most truthfulest, the honest answer I ever heard an NBA player answer a question.
Mm-hmm. Right on. All right, Dustin, man. Maybe you can get in a little earlier, so when you don't have tests going on and everything. Mr. IQ, I hope you passed that mug. But yeah, thank you for joining us, man. We about to move on to some NFL stuff, man.
All
right. Catch you later, bro. Thank you.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
Peace.
Right.
Saving lives is important.
Right. That man out here doing the hard job being a doctor, man. I can imagine. I had a little taste of biology and A&P and everything. I ain't go far like him. I said I ain't doing all that. But so Justin Field news almost broke the internet. Everybody was just like, "What? That's crazy." We had fans being mad at their teams for not getting Justin Field for a 6th round pick, right? Ain't no Saints fans wanted Justin Fields, and they were upset because we ain't go get him. Flowers, man. Steelers, they acquired Justin Fields. What did you think about that move?
It's a good move by the Steelers. Let's say locked up Russ for a year. They're paying him, pennies on the dollar. You get Justin Fields for a year. It's a rental. If Russell Wilson doesn't pan out, you can just slide that guy in and see what he does. From my understanding, I think Justin Fields maneuvered the trade to Pittsburgh. I thought 7 teams that wanted him. So I guess Chicago did him a solid. That gives, them good eyesight, as far as with players, because they can go there and see that the organization is for the players because they, listen to Justin Fields trade demands and sent them where he wanted to go. So that's a plus for him. But maybe it turns into a quarterback battle. Who knows? I'm quite sure Russell Wilson didn't go to Pittsburgh just to, ride the bench. And they promised him some stuff. So I'm more than willing to bet Russell Wilson starts the season off. I'm quite sure Fields will make plays in training camp. The younger kids probably want, Justin to be the one, but Russell be the one to take the helm. But don't let Russell Wilson lose 2 or 3 in a row. Quite sure Justin Fields will be thrown in the fire pretty quick.
Yes, I was thinking that. Like, man, they might go with Justin Fields, depending on where they at in the seating, in the standings and everything, and it all depends on how Russell Wilson plays. But if he start off slow or start off winning here, losing here, then Justin Fields might come in, slide in, and take over. So I know Russell Wilson, when he signed a contract, then what? A couple of days later, he like, what? Oh, what? Justin Fields. So RC,
He
you shaking
wasn't
your head like,
shocked.
nah. Yeah.
He wasn't shocked, dog.
You don't think you don't think he wasn't surprised by that?
I'm gonna
No.
tell you why. After a few days thinking about this, think about the 2021 draft class, quarterback draft class. Everybody's a backup now, besides Trevor Lawrence. Okay, so listen, Matt Carroll, who didn't go in that draft. Carroll went in the
Corral, third
corral.
round.
He went with Purdy
Yeah.
now. Okay, but
He went
my
to the
original
Panthers.
point is all of them are backups, and this smells like Dwayne Haskins going to back up Ben Roethlisberger. They bring in Washington drafts Haskins to be the savior of their organization. It doesn't work out. You know, he plays okay, then he don't look as well. Then he gets his Ohio State quarterback, gets shipped off to Pittsburgh, and he's being developed behind Mason Rudolph and Ben Roethlisberger, and he's getting better. There's something alarming about Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields. They're not ready. They all went to really tough situations, including Trey Lance, even though it was more favorable. He still had to learn a tough offense while not having played football a lot at North Dakota. And then Justin Fields is the prototypical Ohio State quarterback coming into the league. If they're not pocket passers and they use their ability and they allow to escape and play that style, they look different than CJ Stroud, who's a pocket passer, who got, great accuracy, really smart kid, just got a great upside. I've got to see him in year 2 to see if he can keep it up. But Justin Fields reminds me of freaking Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia. I think Jalen Hurts would be in the same boat if he don't get drafted to that team. If he ends up in Tennessee, he's probably out the league. If he ends up in New York, he's probably in the same boat. I don't care how great of a leader he is, you got to have coaching and great skill players around you. So Pittsburgh is an ideal situation for him. Russ going to be a great teammate. He's going to be willing to pass that torch. They play a similar style game. They're similar, pretty much the same height. Who better to learn from a guy that's willing to teach you?
I
So
agree.
I think this is going to be a perfect thing. Pittsburgh, salute to them. Mike Tomlin, listen. Hey, dude, I give you a hard time by half-assing through your career. Even though you're a great coach, I feel like the Steelers fans deserve more. This was, like I said on the VOS post, y'all went couponing and came back with 2 starting quarterbacks. But they're going to be fine, man. I think it's going to work. And regardless of what happened with Russ, he'll be ready for that transition over. I think Russ probably going to be done with football here soon.
I think
Right,
so.
because they're bringing Justin Fields to be the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it's up to Justin Fields to continue to prove himself and to learn and get acclimated with the offense so he can execute it right. So he won't be confused when, they ask him to do certain things. And I know they're going to play to his strengths. I know I forgot who was complaining about this. Was it his name escaped me, but he was mad at the Bears for not playing to Justin Fields' strengths.
DJ Moore.
And no, it was somebody on ESPN.
Okay.
That black
Damian
guy,
Woody.
I forgot his name. Yeah, Damian Woody. He was very upset. I agree, but I also disagree at the same time. Some coaches, they just don't know how to coach certain players.
No,
They
I
have
don't
a
think
system.
I don't think that's what it is, man. I'm gonna tell you what the problem with. I don't think they don't know how to coach certain players. The college football has done a really poor job of developing quarterbacks to come into the NFL. Like the ones that's been in college football and they have all that experience, like Brock Purdy. I'm not shocked by it. Once I got a chance to look at his backstory and everything he's done, he's played so much football. Like I wouldn't be shocked to see Penix Jr. come in and ball out. Or Bo Nix or Caleb Williams. Like I'm not really high on Caleb Williams, but it's like Baker Mayfield. They play so much football in college, but they weren't asked to do a lot. It's simplicity. It's really simple schemes. Like Deion's son probably be really prepared because he's been trained by Tom Brady. He's learning all these different things. It's more than just running around and waiting for a play to break down. But I think for Justin Fields, what I want to see is you got to play from the pocket first. Like, even though people give Mahomes a hard time and they say, well, once it break down, but still he's in the pocket first and then he goes to work from there. But Yeah, I think it's college football, and I think quarterbacks aren't as good as advertised.
Yeah, they do hide a lot of flaws. But all I'm saying too is like some coaches, they more tuned to pocket passes. Like they might get a running type quarterback. They might have a couple plays for him, but they just truly don't know how to coach him. Let's
But
say somebody that run it.
Why draft them?
Well, that wasn't Ibrahim.
Wait. See, this is
That was
what we
somebody else that
this
drafted
is where we
coach.
let people off. This is why I'm cutting you off. Matt Eberflus took that job knowing Justin Fields was there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So why not hire an offensive coordinator that fits what Justin Fields can do? Hell, I know Greg Roman was in Baltimore, but hell, that'd been somebody you probably could have brought over to help Justin Fields. Even though we gave him, stuff with Lamar, we just felt like it was time for Lamar to have something else involved. But we've seen Justin Fields when he was in high school. He was in Georgia for about that much, and he went to Ohio State. From then to there, he has been the same athlete, not quarterback, athlete. He's still learning how to play quarterback, and this league is just too fast to, and honestly, if you ask me, Justin Fields honestly been given a pass because people have been so patient with him because they see the talent, and so they'll continue to say, well, let's wait. This league it's becoming the norm. 2-3 years, they're ready to get you up out of there. They want something else.
Right.
Probably after 2 years. So Justin Fields has been blessed, in my opinion, to it's his 5th year or 4th or 5th year, and they're saying, well, let's still see. We see something, but he just needs more time. Time is of the essence, as they say. So just feels you've been granted time, man. You got to deliver, because everybody's not going to get the same opportunity that you're getting.
Yeah, look at Zach Wilson. Look at his time.
But let's be real, though. I'm watching freaking Sam Darnold get a start. I mean, guess he's going to start if they don't draft the quarterback.
Ooh.
Sam Darnold, they give them certain guys every opportunity to succeed. Every opportunity. Sam Darnold's possibly going to start for the Minnesota Vikings.
He will.
I doubt that.
Okay.
I don't know.
He's gonna start, and then somebody will come in. They're gonna draft somebody. Sam Darnold's gonna start, and then they'll bring in the rookie.
That's possibility. Sam Howell may start for Seattle. You got Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get another job. He got another job in Los Angeles to back up Matthew Stafford. Zach Wilson's going to get another opportunity. Better hope he don't end up in a San Francisco or New Orleans with that offense. Because I believe that those, maybe Green Bay, somewhere like that, and be a backup where he can learn that West Coast offense. I think he's better in the West Coast. And I have a Titan fan that watches the show and loves to talk crap. But I don't take the crap serious because that's another situation. You got Will Levis, where I saw Ryan Tannehill come out and say he's willing to help Will Levis any way he possibly can help him. But when Malik Willis got drafted, he said, it ain't my job to help him. So it's like a lot of these situations look very, very weird to me. And I feel some way because Justin Fields is no different. There's no quarterback in the league now outside of maybe Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff, who is truly strictly from the pocket. So they all look alike and they played a similar style. What Justin Fields' problem is too, not only did he's not playing the game, they need to go out and get skilled players who complement you as well. You know what I'm saying? Don't go get me this Mooney kid that keep bouncing around from team to team just because he played in Kansas City or wherever the hell he played at. We see how that go with that guy over there. That guy can play with me, you, and Flowers and go win a Super Bowl. Just line up right. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, I feel like go draft better and bring talent around.
The funny thing though, see, now that he's gone, hell, they want to upgrade the team.
Yeah, they're bringing Keenan Allen. Yep, they're bringing Keenan Allen. So
that's crazy.
That's that.
That's crazy.
So RG3 came out and said this. He said Caleb Williams to pull Eli Manning and demand that the Chicago Bears do not draft him number 1 overall. RC. A lot of people are high on Caleb Williams, so some people are down on him.
So after
the Bears take Caleb Williams.
So after I've been on my Steve Smith and really watching film and really watching YouTube, not film, YouTube, because I want to really get on here and really speak not from a biased perspective and like, okay, who is Caleb Williams? Dude, y'all, I keep seeing Baker Mayfield. Good Baker, bad Baker. That's what we remind me of. It's that Cliff Kingsbury, it's that Texas Tech, it's that Oklahoma, it's that Lincoln Riley quarterback. If they have a good side, bad Kyler, good Kyler, bad Baker, good Baker, bad Jalen, good Jalen. They all cut from the same cloth. So I think with Caleb, I would probably take. I'm just being honest, man. I don't think he's a sure thing. I really don't. I'm really not just really sold on it. I really feel like he kind of setting himself up for a really bad start to the league because of the way he carried himself. It's kind of making me feel like he's whoever's in his ear is like on this whole player movement thing. You're gonna dictate everything, blah blah blah. Like, dude, you have not earned anything. You have not done anything. Not even in college. You didn't accomplish much. But I'm falling back off of Caleb Williams because I just feel like, to me, I'm watching the tape and looking at it, man. I feel like I've seen this before, and it's not something that I haven't seen, and I wouldn't pick him number one because I think Jalen Daniels might be better than him, guys. I really do. Jalen, he can play.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. It wasn't about if Caleb Williams, if he didn't have the attributes or he didn't have talent. It's just the way that he carried him with himself sometimes that threw up a red flag for me. I was just like, I don't know. He has the talent, but can he overcome the obstacles? Cause you always talk about his mental state and everything like that. So I wonder, will he be able to do the job, and especially in Chicago when they haven't had a good quarterback since Jay Cutler maybe. Yep. Somewhere I don't know, somewhere right there. Well, you could say Rex Grossman because he took him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but it was just something about Caleb Williams, how he carried himself and how he went on about certain things. Sometimes, like you said, you shouldn't just say anything that comes to your mind. Hold some of that stuff in. Don't talk to me about that because they will use it against you. But he has the talent, but can the Bears afford to pass on him? I say no. I mean, they had an opportunity to get Patrick Mahomes. They failed at that with Mr. Trubisky. So what you gonna do now? Pass on Caleb Williams and you turn out to be a star, and
can't
you back to where you
can't pass on him now because
you have no quarterback and you can't pass. You just can't. You just gotta stick with him and say, all right, we're gonna take Caleb Williams and try to do the best we can. Because we are foaming that bag with Mitch. We can't foam the bag again.
If I was Chicago, I would have took the sure thing and Russell. This is me. I would have took Russell Wilson. I would have traded Justin Fields for whatever you want to give me back. But I'd have took Russell Wilson and drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. I'd have moved down and picked Marvin Harrison Jr. and let Washington go up and get the quarterback and just took I don't care about Keenan Allen. He's aging.
That's smart.
Keenan Allen is aging. He's injury prone. I want me a young receiver that's gonna be with Russ because I'm trying to win. Then I move down and get a quarterback. Go down, maybe Bo Nix fall down. Give me
Michael Penix. That could have been Michael Penix later on in the draft for Bo Nix. Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with taking Russell.
Somebody like that.
Let Russell play for 1-2 years. Take a quarterback in the later first round. Perfect. Why the Bears? Yeah, that's a good one, RC. Maybe you should call the Bears to get the job with them. Flowers, man. I know you've been waiting over there patiently.
Oh no, I'm just chilling.
Your thoughts with Caleb Williams, RG3 saying Caleb Williams should just skip on the Bears, just sit out. But do the Bears need to take Caleb right here, right now?
First and foremost, I think RG3 is wrong as far as thinking Caleb Williams has this much pull, trying to make him just stand out, like the paint on the far end of the wall. I don't think Caleb Williams is that. I don't think he's just this transcendent generational talent. I think he's great. I just don't think that, he's just this. We have to pick him at one because, we talked about Jalen Daniels a few weeks ago, and, we were saying, we like that kid. I like the kid, his story and how he came up and about. Excuse me. Even though him and Caleb had similar stories as far as starting somewhere, transferring, winning Heisman's, such and such. I think y'all are right far as with Caleb Williams letting whatever it is or whoever getting in his ear and, letting his ego show his senior year because he didn't back it up. And that's probably the worst thing that happened to him because that's when the criticism began. The worst thing that could have happened to Caleb Williams is him going to Notre Dame up in that kind of weather and having a bad performance because Chicago, bad weather, windy, snow, and he goes up there and pulls a stinker and against Notre Dame. It doesn't look good. So yeah, we wonder about the kid, but I do have to give Chicago credit. They have spent money to make the team better. Obviously, they're bringing him in. They traded Justin Fields. They couldn't have made it more obvious. Now, if they choose somebody else other than Caleb, I'll be surprised. If it's Dave, wouldn't be shocked. But it's just, look, the narrative is Caleb Williams. You have to take him. I just don't think that Caleb Williams got that Eli Manning kind of pull to tell Chicago, well, if you take me, I ain't going to want to come here. Where are you going to go?
Was it Washington? He had Washington on his list.
He wants to get with his old offensive coordinator, but still,
he had a list of teams.
You're still being ran by, I guess Dan Quinn will be all right, but there's still a chance that Caleb Williams fails because he's probably going to be drafted by a defensive coach. People like Eberflus and offensive coordinator, they got to figure that out. All of them, the Patriots, the Commanders, all of them, they still have to figure out these positions. So it's not set in stone that Caleb is just going to come in, plug and play, and be, cool. He's going to struggle, but I do have to give Chicago credit for at least trying to spend money and build the offense up. Hell, they should have did it for Justin Fields.
Right.
And seeing what you had last year, you have a better idea. But it is what it is.
Right on, man. So, man, it's going to be interesting how things play out. Mason Knight, I think that's how you say it. He said Daniels over Williams. See, when we put that poll up, a lot of people were saying, no, don't draft Williams, man. Speaking of that, I want to show this quick clip. Let me put this down. Tell me what y'all think.
Caleb won. Let's eliminate any discussion about Jaden maybe overtaking Caleb. I don't think that's happening. Jaden settles in 2. Drake May, JJ McCarthy is a battle. I think that's legitimate. I'm talking this morning to people before the show, and all I hear is JJ McCarthy.
Wow. JJ
McCarthy is so smart, so tough, athletic. He almost, because of what he was protected in doing, because they didn't let him carry the offense, has benefited from that because it adds some mystery to it. He's kind of old school quarterback, didn't have been thrown it 40, 50 times. It wasn't on him just throwing all these bubble screens and all over the place. Bottom line is JJ McCarthy could overtake Drake May. Could possibly. Yeah. Oh, it looks like Field. I have 12 to Denver. People like say, he's going to top 10. Somebody maybe Jim Harbaugh trades off of 5. You guys were talking about a trade, Field, I know, with the Chargers, right? And others were talking about a trade, Jordan Reed. And maybe they do. Maybe Jim allows somebody to jump up and get his quarterback.
What? All right, see, you're a Michigan guy, so you know more than us about JJ.
JJ, Michigan has allowed me to implement something. They got therapists on their sidelines when they're having points in the game where they're facing adversity. And that's when you see JJ on the field doing meditation. That's what JJ's known for. JJ's known for being calm, cool, collective, sitting over there with his legs crossed. Before he's playing quarterback, I'm going to tell you what I saw. I saw him put the balls in one way, guys not picking it off. I've seen him, he make a key throw here and there, but he ain't been playing quarterback like all the other quarterbacks. He's been protected by an amazing offensive line and an amazing run game. So he's playing the old style, the West Coast style. But you throw every now and then. Before you see what I'm talking about, how they talk these guys up this draft board.
Man, he put him in the top 10. He moved him up.
If JJ McCarthy is in the top 3, Michael Penix is in the top 3.
Yes.
Okay, so you mean to tell me that this kid? This is the problem I have. They set them up for failure. They set them up for their careers and be considered to be bust because they talk them up your draft board, but we hadn't seen production. We haven't seen them being used that way. If Jim Harbaugh move up and decides he want to draft his quarterback out of college while having a quarterback, or that'll be idiotic. He's on the road for some very dumb stuff. But JJ McCarthy is not the reason why Michigan won a national championship. Cam Newton had to say it. He's not a game changer. He's not. If Brock Purdy's not the reason why the 49ers made it to the Super Bowl, J.J. McCarthy is damn sure not the reason why Michigan won a national championship. It was defense, the run game, and great offensive line play. But how is he in? I'm moving on. But somebody else take. How the hell is he 3?
Tag me in, brother.
Get in there, dog. Get in there, dog.
Tag me in there, brother. Look, if this isn't con artistry in front of our eyes, I don't know what it is. First and foremost, and this is no disrespect to JJ McCarthy, but for Mel Kiper, and I used to love Mel Kiper when I was younger. I had no problem with Mel Kiper. He's only going off what he's hearing.
Right.
Just the what did he say? Just the intrigue and the thought of not seeing him in the. You didn't. Okay, you answering your question. You didn't see him do anything in these offenses. So what do you mean the thought and the intriguing thoughts of the possibility of he might can do this. He might can. All right, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done. Jim Harbaugh had Andrew Luck at Stanford. Ran the same offense.
Yep.
Who was the man in the offense?
Andrew
Luck. My case closed.
And you see how unfair this is? You see how they can build a guy? This is how Mitch Trubisky got drafted.
Yep.
Right.
That is exactly who JJ McCarthy is. He is Mitch Trubisky. Like, it's so unfair to Mitch Trubisky that everybody thought Mitch Trubisky, try saying that without messing it up, was a great quarterback when we hadn't seen enough. We don't know enough. You ain't seen it. Well, we hadn't seen enough, and it may work to his favor. Mel Kiper, that's one of the main reasons why you need to retire from your job.
And they said it then though when Trubisky he only has 15 starts. That was the thing with him, and look how that panned out.
Yep.
Right. I just didn't see how them watching. I didn't watch a lot of Mitch Trubisky games, but I watched some tape, man. I watched some stuff, and I was just trying to figure out what they seen.
What do you see?
I didn't see anything that was spectacular out of the norm.
Deshaun Watson in the same area code, winning national championships, beating Nick Saban, almost beating Nick Saban.
Yeah.
And you take Mitchell Trubisky over him.
But watch this.
What wowed you on the tape?
The Washington.
I seriously want to ask a scout that. What wowed you on the tape about Mitch Trubisky?
The Washington versus Michigan's national championship game. They were stuck in the third quarter, just stuck. Yep. It was a stalemate. Michigan wasn't giving up the lead. Washington wouldn't take the lead. But that's a direct indication that without that run game, look, their touchdown came off a long run. So without the run game, you got Cornelius. People get into the Senior Bowl or getting to the combine and realize Cornelius Johnson is good.
Yes.
Norman Wilson is good. Michigan got good players at skill position, but you didn't know it. Come on, dude. Come on, man.
How many times did they run the ball? Didn't they run the ball like 26 straight times to beat Penn State?
Dude, man, it was terrible.
Yep. Yes. Hard to watch. Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
It was. All right.
I was like, man, it's too much.
And y'all heard me say things about Drake May, but I would never say McCarthy is a better quarterback than Drake May.
He's not better than Bo Nix. He's not better. He's not better than Shedeur Sanders, and Shedeur is still in college. He ain't better than Cam Ward. Like, man.
All right, let's touch on this real quick. Derrick Henry said the Cowboys never called. Flowers. The Cowboys haven't been doing anything. We saw Van Der Esch retire a couple days ago. Yeah, he's retired.
Wow.
And they let go of another guy, Michael Gallup. He's gone. If they going see this, why I was saying the whole time, Cedric Wilson before Michael Gallup got injured was getting better than him. He was beating him in playing time. So why didn't you just keep Cedric Wilson, let go injured Michael Gallup, and that'll be the end of the story? But guess what Cedric Wilson is now? He with New Orleans. We signed him 2 days ago, I believe. It blows my mind what they doing in Jerry world. They kept an injured Michael Gallup and let go a guy who was beginning to come into his own in Cedric Wilson.
Who's
Blows
gonna be
my
running
mind.
back?
Right?
Rico Dow? Like,
Yeah.
What's that short? What's that?
Deuce
5'5"? Yeah,
Vaughn.
Deuce Vaughn.
and then like Baltimore didn't give their he gave what 2 years, 16 mil. Man, Dallas, y'all couldn't afford to give him that. Like,
Well, the issue Dallas have, man, I did my homework on them. They got to pay Deron Bland. They got to play CeeDee Lamb, Michael Parsons, and Dak got him. He got him by the balls, literally.
yeah.
That $59 million, they restructured it a little bit, but still, listen to the scenario we got with Dak. Dak goes into the final year of his contract. You can't franchise tag him after this year. You're going to have to give him a shitload of money if you go out and have a season he had last year. Then after you pay Dak, you gotta turn around and pay CeeDee Lamb and Mike Parsons. So yeah, they can't go out and spend no money. It's kind of like, your wife talking you into buying an expensive ass car while having one. And you got these high ass car notes and you having to pay. It looks good. Cowboys got star on him. Everything looks good, but it's a very expensive star. I feel like, me personally, man, looking at it from where I'm sitting, they're doing the right thing, because they're gonna they're gonna draft another running back, probably bring Zeke back, get somebody really cheap to come play, because they don't have the money. They don't have they had just paid Trayvon Diggs. Think about that. So.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't play Bland, because I don't feel like he's worth that money to another team, but not to me. In my opinion,
They're gonna have to trade somebody.
Yep.
Don't
play Bland. Don't play him. Play Parsons.
Trade Dak Prescott. So you got Trey Lance right there, and it looks like it looks like you not rebuilding, but you're gonna have to trade somebody. It's not gonna be CD and it's not gonna be Michael Parsons. It needs to be Dak before Dak walk away scot-free. I'll trade Dak, see if the Commanders want him, and draft me a quarterback, or see who wants Dak Prescott. But
not many.
After this year, somebody wants it.
I don't think they would, depending on what they're asking for. I don't know if he's gonna command
the market
gonna dictate.
The market's going to dictate for Dak, whether we like him or not. Dak has put the numbers up. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. So somebody will.
You have a market. It's going to be small.
Yeah, somebody trade him. Yeah, it's going to be small. Somebody will do it, though.
Somebody going to pay him a lot of money.
How things going, all the quarterbacks getting paid. So.
Yeah, Dak going to get paid. Like,
all right.
The Raiders still don't have a quarterback.
I thought you like O'Donnell. You don't like O'Donnell now?
That ain't no Antonio Pierce's guy. I mean, I think the Raiders might try to move up and get them a quarterback, because,
the Raiders fans love Aiden.
They're a quarterback away. They're a quarterback. They need a quarterback. Well, I don't know. I don't know what.
This is first year.
I'm kind of afraid that Pierce is going to, it's kind of like the Parcells syndrome will come in and build it in my image. Man, just build it in the image of other things you've seen, because you lost a damn good running back. And I know Zeus is a good running back. Georgia got a bunch of running backs that come out of there, but Zamir White, he is not Josh Jacobs. But
I don't think they're gonna miss a beat.
You don't think so?
I don't know, man. I watched a couple when Zamir White was playing. He did good, but it's not Josh Jacobs level, though.
Yeah,
they'll be fine.
He did good, but it's not Josh Jacobs level, man.
They'll be fine.
Well, there was like Devontae Adams, man. He posted something on Twitter today. Everybody speculating things now that he might get traded. So I don't know what's going over.
I'll tell the Jets, if y'all want Devontae, damn it, send me that first round pick. Y'all can help.
Who did the Jets pick up today? They picked up. I know they signed Tyra Smith and they signed a receiver, or they traded for a receiver. I forgot who the receiver is.
If I were them, I'd draft a receiver. I mean,
Mike Williams out there.
They ought to go get Bakhtiari from that's a free agent. He's familiar with Aaron
Wouldn't be
Rodgers.
shocked. Wouldn't be
Make a
shocked.
make a run at the Super Bowl, man. Get them aging veterans. Treat it like it's Madden or treat it like it's old 2K football. Just go out and free agent pool and just make a run for it. Because I mean, being honest, this is gonna be his last hurrah. That man ain't playing 2 years.
Mhm.
All right. Let's move on to Nick Saban. Let's hear what he has to say about college football.
All the things that I believed in for all these years, 50 years of coaching, no longer exist in college athletics. So it's always was about developing players. It was always about helping people be more successful in life. My wife even said to me, we'd have all the recruits over on Sunday with their parents for breakfast, and she would always meet with the mothers and talk about how she was going to help and impact their sons and how they would be well taken care of. And she came to me, like right before I retired and said, why are we doing this? And I said, what do you mean? She said, all they care about is how much you're going to pay them. They don't care about how you're going to develop them, which is all what we've always done. So why are we doing this?
Well, this about to get good. Now the show about to take off right now. Now we about to take this thing up and down right now. You son of
Woo, that's a lot. That's a mouthful right there.
Oh, it's
Flowers.
Ain't a mouthful.
It ain't a mouthful?
No, man, that's the last of a dying breed right there. That's the burying of the old way. Nick Saban is pretty much telling you, look, I don't want to do it the new way. The old way was working just fine for me. That's how I won. That was my system. That was my way of getting players to this and that, and them making me successful. Mm-hmm. Nick Saban is only telling you, I'm not about to sit up here and have these youngins tell me how much money you got to pay me to come here. Mm-hmm. Nick Saban is beyond that. He feels like he's beyond that, and he is not about to dwindle in this shit of a show that they call college football nowadays. I respect it. I mean, I don't have nothing against what's going on. I mean, look, it's the NCAA's fault first and foremost of why things are the way they are now. Because all they had to do was allow for Johnny Manziel to sign the autographs and make the money. Terrell Pryor and company to, sign memorabilia for tattoos. Deion Sanders buying a cheeseburger for Dez Bryant, $20. Y'all want to suspend them for the whole damn year. See, this is the NCAA's fault because they wanted to, for so long, control athletes far as money-wise. They wanted to take all the money. They wanted to put these kids' name on the back of their jerseys, give them 4-year scholarships, which really weren't 4-year scholarships. They had to renew these scholarships each year. A new coach comes in, you have a chance to lose your scholarship. I can go on and on, but now it's all about money, man. Like I say, it's the NCAA's fault, but man, I can go so many ways with this. I'm gonna let RC tag in.
Go ahead, RC.
Total bullshit. There's this bull coming out of it's bullshit from a bull's mouth. Because what we had was, it's kind of like social media exposes everything. Like you can't hide anything. Whatever we was hiding in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s, what was being hidden now is all out in the open. That's all it is. He's sitting up there in a blue suit, look like he's selling car insurance, looking like a total snitch. He might well go to Atlanta and be at the court case with Young Thug and sit up there and tell on Young Thug too. Because all they're doing is saying, hey man, they done caught up to me. What we used to do in the dark, now they doing in the light. Like we know about Marcus Dupree. We know about Barry Sanders' mom getting out. We know about all these people who are getting paid. Why are you feel some way, dude? Because I have this saying, I have more respect for the Frank Beamers who built it from scratch than a Nick Saban. Because you can't win with 2 and 3 stars. You gotta have the 5, the best of the best. Dude, one year you winning, you got everybody on your team. So my thing is, I don't understand his stance and acting like he's the caretaker of all kids. Like he has the best interests of everybody's child. They come over my house to eat, and my wife is just so shocked. So Alabama ain't never gave nobody no money, Nick. And we know you did because we know for a fact that my guy down there, Jimbo Fisher, was ready to tell all.
So no was.
Jimbo, well, after you came for Jimbo had put his gloves on. I don't know who called Jimbo on your behalf and say, hey, man, chill out. We're going to run you some change. But you can't get up here and act like it goes against everything that we believe in. Dude, you're not building these teams from scratches. And you got them guys from Alabama like Trent Richardson, Mark Ingram, Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, tight lip. They don't even talk about what they got, and you know they got some. Ain't nobody going to college football for. I remember being a young guy, I'm going to close, where I was seeing Adalius Thomas, who was at Southern Miss, pull up in a Lexus car, like in college. Like, come on, bro. You ain't getting it on a pail. We think we stupid. But my issue is giving these guys the death penalties back in the day, Flowers, and putting these guys on probation while knowing if it's Notre Dame, do you know what you got to have to get into University of Notre Dame and do?
Yes, sir.
But you got brothers coming from the hood at Notre Dame with Jesus over the state. Don't get me started on that bull.
All right. Man. That's what I'm saying, man. Big contradiction.
I think there's a little bit of truth in that statement, though.
What? In what statement?
In his statement.
Who?
About paying players now. So it's a whole different.
Stop.
It is.
Stop.
No, it's not. I know they've been doing it, but
it's open. It's open. Wait. Listen to me. It's a fair playing field because you want to know what? Nick Saban had his hand on college football neck for the past 15, 20 damn years because he was winning, and with him winning, he could say, y'all come here, and they got boosters galore paying people out the ass. Nobody could compete with that.
I think you're missing
nobody.
It's in the middle. I think you're missing what he was pointing at too, though. Y'all missed this little nugget. He's saying that when players care more about getting paid than actual playing,
stop right there.
But coaches care more about
but you got to think that
Ben,
you as a coach.
Ben,
I
don't mean to cut you off, but listen to me. A lot of them players only went to Alabama because of the winning culture. If somebody else was putting as many NFL players in the league as Alabama has put in, they've been going there too. So, but you can't sit up here and say these players were going to Bama and they weren't getting paid.
That's not the point I'm trying to.
It is the point.
So you think Tua, Mama and them left one of the most expensive areas of the country of the world, come to the United States, come to Alabama, Tuscaloosa, by way of help. Moana left beautiful water to come to Tuscaloosa. Ain't shit in Alabama that's comparable to Hawaii. You come over here, your mom and them get a job. Everybody's straight. Yeah. You think they was able to do that? Was able to afford that?
Just magical.
I think, we get they pay the players, but I think the point that y'all looking at on the other side as a young player that you paying millions now, it's a different way you gotta come at these guys, different way you gotta coach these guys. You can't coach them saying you don't have a regular guy that you pay on the table. Because if he say something like, all right, your scholarship gone, you kind of have a little bit of control because you continue to money. If you have a $5 million quarterback,
that's not the point.
That's something you do run into though. Especially with kids. So if you were making $1 million and coach
listen to me. Just listen to me.
Transfer right now, still make more money.
That's not the point. It's too much of an even playing field. Nick Saban can't control the playing field no more. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. That means you don't have a real control of your organization. Listen to me. Wait a minute. Listen to me. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let you talk. Yes, you're right when a player says, well, if you don't give me this, I can transfer.
Yeah. I
get what you're saying with that, but you got to understand how Nick controlled college football because the greatest player out of each skill position, whether it was the offensive line, defense, they went to Alabama. Yeah. It's not that anymore.
I know. I'm saying there's truth in both statements.
Hold on.
That's true. That's what I'm trying to say.
Money, Kirby Smart started taking the best players from Nick Saban. This started about 4 or 5 years ago. So the NIL didn't do nothing but help with Nick Saban's decision to retire. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, that's just
the final straw.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying there's still truth in both ways you look at it.
I agree with that.
Now you gotta coach players differently. Cause they making so much money. And now if you don't treat them a certain way,
everybody's not getting that money though.
But that's the point. Now your options are open though.
That's the thing.
So what I'm saying is, it not if you had a couple of guys who are millionaires already up top, and you try to coach them some way, who's to say they like, I'm not gonna jump ship because I don't like how you talking to me. So I don't like how you trying to coach me.
Well, being the saying, Flowers, and I agree with you because Dion brought this up when he was at Jackson State. Said NCAA, you got a problem because if my left tackle is getting paid and my quarterback is making $3.5 million, like you can't control the emotions of young people, let alone grown people, let alone young people. Somebody gonna feel some way. It's not a coincidence that Shedeur was on his ass all year at Colorado. You gotta have a pay scale. Okay, now that it's evolved to that, the issue. But what he's saying, what Flowers saying, Alabama didn't have that problem.
Yeah, he didn't kind of controlled.
Right, because they've been doing it. Everybody else is doing it now.
But now it's harder. He don't want to deal with the difficulty of trying to control the money flow. Right. Players now say, F you, Sean, F you.
Not only that, he don't want to deal with Texas coming into the SEC.
Right,
with Texas Tech, they got all money.
All these people coming in.
They got all money.
But as coaches seeing now, it's harder to coach certain players now because now they're like, hey, we getting $5 million. Just like that kid who bought that Lamborghini.
The only reason I'm disagreeing with you, Ben, is because of the resources. Because that same player that don't want to, Saban wanted to coach, all I'm saying is that player
don't want to deal with that.
About saying I'm a transfer, they can go get that same player from the transfer portal. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying he don't want to deal with that negotiating and trying to coach certain players a certain way anymore.
Don't have to because fine, go ahead. I agree. Somebody else in. That's what I'm saying. That's the kind.
That's what I say. It's both truths to that side. It's like truth.
Listen, when you get NCAA 25 on PlayStation 5, you got those 5-star school, 4-star school, 3-star. What I'm saying is the prestige of Alabama would still allow Nick Saban to have his pick of the litter as long as they paying.
Mm-hmm. But he did make a statement before he retired too. He said that the way they handled the game too, when Alabama lost. Like they was like happy and playing around, like he said that
because they don't care. They pay.
Yeah, he don't care. Yeah, they get paid. That's why I'm trying to point at that.
They're young.
So it's harder to coach millionaires. It's harder to coach NFL millionaires, let alone kid millionaires.
Well, so check it out though. The issue with college football is they should have did this years ago.
Right.
So it would have been more because they're professional athletes. A lot we don't look. These are not kids, man. A lot of these guys, Penix Jr., they're 22, 23, 24. Yep. They got children. They got family members. It's not. This is not high school sports. This is college sports. And so my issue with it is, gone are the days. This is what Nick Saban's problem.
Yep.
Gone are the days where I can control the mind, which control the body. Mm-hmm. So I can't put fear in this kid no more. I can't manipulate this kid and tell this kid, well, I can't steal players from LSU knowing I'm not going to play them at Alabama. Michigan won a national championship with only 2 5-stars on their roster. Okay. But what they did have in their favor outside developing those players, Michigan is one of those schools with money. They rich. Yep. Rich. So they were getting good players, but they had better facilities and better equipment and better resources. And so therefore, then you're one of those Jordan schools where these kids are getting Jordans as just shoes to wear around.
Shorts.
So man, my fear is Coastal Carolina, James Madison, the University of Southern Miss, or UL Lafayette. You'll never be able to truly compete for a national championship. We won't see any parity like that because they don't have the resources to compete with Ohio State and Penn State, them true bloods, them blue bloods. And now they're going to, like Ohio State spent $13 million. They're not going to win nothing because you can't buy a championship. You can't buy chemistry. It's not going to automatically work. So that's another thing. You're going to see teams trying to buy championships, and it's not going to work. It ain't going to work.
All right, let's move on to overtime. Hold on, let me make sure I didn't skip anything real quick. So the NFL draft is next month. I know a lot of people are gearing up for that. All right, let's go to overtime. All right, RC had a topic he wanted to discuss. He shared it with me in the text. So break it down. Where do you seeing this this topic?
Oh, so you want me to break
the
down what I
Michael.
seen the topic? So
And what is it? Give us more clarity about it.
It was actually Uncle Ocho talking about Michael B. Jordan's situation, talking about his career path. You know, Michael B. Jordan is a great actor who does, you know, the movie Creed, Wakanda, Wakanda, Black Panther, you know, a number of movies has he been in, and he's talking about how his career, he's lonely. You know, he's dated, but you know, prioritizing his career has made him a lonely man. So he's trying to find that happy medium where he can find, you know, true love. But reason why I wanted to talk about it, because we're men, and you know, we're all career oriented, and knowing that we got to provide. You know, if our wives probably want us to be up on them all the time, but you gotta go out and you gotta make money. You gotta go out and provide. But those guys on those levels, they see a bunch of women all the time. But you know, I feel like in his situation, you know, for me, I feel like it's kind of a poor excuse. You know, I don't feel sorry for him because you get the pick of the litter. Like you know, that may be the reason why the Lori Harvey situation didn't work out, because you prioritizing money and fame and fortune and success over being happy. Money can't replace loneliness, and it can't put the woman of your you know, woman you love in your life. You can't just purchase that. So yeah, that's why I want to talk about it and have it as an off topic and hear what y'all opinion on it about it.
Do you think that's why athletes make the decision they make when they choose these women?
Athletes is dumb. I'm be real with you. Like athletes, I'm starting to, you know, the Trayvon Diggs getting George Chavis pregnant, and knowing she had 2 baby daddies who were rich, and then you just jump and throw your head in there. These guys don't think out. It's not like you don't know the woman and her background. It's not about her having a baby daddy. It's about you possibly, it didn't work out with the other 2 guys and they're taking care of the situation. Now you just throw your head in the ring, and it's like, this is a woman that was dating P. Diddy and dating all these different celebrities. There's a pattern there. And they act like there's no other women on earth. It's like it's this same little small cycle group of people, women who they're all just passing around, and they just don't make sense. And you know, and it's all because these women are sexual. I would say the word is over sexualized. I don't know if that's a word. Maybe I just made it up.
Yeah,
But
that is. Yeah.
everything is if you go follow George Chavis, Bow Wow and Future's baby mama, she's always got her ass tooted in the air. She's beautiful. She's bad. But that's what get Trayvon Diggs. That's why he can't catch no damn picks, and you know that's why he struggling, because they thinking about sex. They ain't thinking about longevity and happiness and being with someone in the right manner.
That's maybe why Michael B. Jordan feel that way, because it's hard to come across a woman that's, you know, have her own career, that's stable, that's doing other things, and trying to match her energy. Instead of these athletes, they go out and just recycle the farm. And I think we think millionaires have all the pickings in the world, but I bet it's slim pickings. Cause they gotta figure out
it's
why
not.
this person like them, like why this person want to be. I think it's a lie of that money make people do
Money
things.
gets in the way. That's the part.
You gotta figure out if she truly loves you for it.
But we have to figure that out.
Yeah,
we
gotta figure out.
Like what my wife trying to support for me? Nothing.
But no, it ain't even gotta be about your money. But still, sometimes a person can view you as help more than a husband. Sometimes a person can view you as, because when a woman gets married, she benefits more than a man do, because her life changes. Like her dad hands her to you. You know, you become like, if something break in your house right now, who finna fix on it?
Me.
Okay, so but watch this. Turn the table. If something break in the house, you're not like, my wife gonna fix it, because your manly instincts kick in, like, I'm going to fix this. So we bear the responsibility. I think money makes it a little bit harder for them, but it could make it a little easy if when they date. What are you dating? Who are you? What are
Exactly.
you going after? If you're going after the woman, everybody, she got a gazillion followers, and you looking at all her pictures, and
I
she's
don't want it.
always okay.
Mm-mm.
But there's women that's out there that's not doing
Influencers.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Women out
why
there that's
I
not
don't
doing that.
understand Jordan. He he meet directors, he meet doctors, he meet people from all different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And
He's,
with athletes,
he's trying to keep
athletes meet like community, what you call them people? Community, fun that.
Activists.
Yeah, active men. It's like you meet athletes meet all types of people.
influencers and all that.
Yeah. What you say?
Was that what influencers?
Influencers.
So it's like community people that help out in community, like teachers,
this
like all that type of stuff. You know,
Activists.
athletes meet all.
man, they too busy looking at a damn Instagram influencer.
Right. So
That's what I understand as an athlete. Like you get.
So listen,
you know,
dude. I was just talking to my daughter about this yesterday. The one thing that the women they devalue themselves by being so accessible, and you can see everything, and so if you click on there, you can see everything, and you leave nothing to the imagination, and you want to be desired. You don't want to be loved. You want to be desired. That's the biggest mistake you can make as a woman dealing with a man, where a man just wants you for sex, because after the swelling go down, you become normal, just like everybody else he's been with. It's over. Mentally, it's not the same. And so therefore, the issue with these athletes, these guys, like we talked about in the last show, these guys have had these fantasies about these. We all been kids once. So let's take it back a little bit. I don't know who y'all like when y'all was growing up. When I was a kid, Sanaa Lathan, Nia Long, the girl off the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the younger girl that was Will's sister. I can't remember her name. Saved by the Bell had a girl, the Voorhees girl. I can go on and on, man. Like it was women like that you was like, if I was rich or if I was on her level, I would try to talk to her. But okay, fast forward, you actually get the money. Let's say you got rich and neither one of y'all was married, and you was rich, and you could just, you know who you are, but you're gonna make some mistakes because now you can do whatever you want. But these guys, to me, seem like they just be trying to live out their fantasies, and it's pricey. It's costing a whole hell of a lot of money. And
that's why I need to know who's in that ear, who they surround themselves with, because that's a financial problem they're gonna hit you over the years, and you might end up broke, like most of the athletes do. So, what kind of decisions are y'all making with y'all money? You know, they're gonna cost you in the long run. It just blows my mind.
For you,
what you say?
I said for a lot of these kids, that stiff piece RC talking about make that decision for them.
Yeah.
Right. Like somebody. That's crazy, man.
But
that's
look,
crazy. That's why who that said they don't have social media? It was some NBA player. Or was it?
But look at Michael Jordan.
He'll have Instagram.
Prime example. Look at Michael Jordan's son. He's Michael Jordan's son. Marcus and Jeffrey. You don't hear about Jeffrey, but Marcus. And he's messing with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, future ex-girlfriend, and so on and so on. Like, you can't find nobody else, dude. But see, here's the one thing nobody talks about. Is you can't help who you compatible to. Maybe we looking at them and we downgrading the women and saying, because I believe what's ever in you, you attracted to you. And sometimes maybe they own the same shit. We just looking at the woman like, okay, Joy Chambers, like, but maybe he's into the same stuff she's into, and it's easy for them to communicate and deal. Versus these women that, like a lot of these women who we see out there that we don't know about, maybe they're not into doing all this stuff that these other women see.
I get what you're saying, but
some experienced women.
You're right in the sense of Hollywood, whether it's Hollywood, sports, everybody's messing with the same people, and it's just not a good look for
like a small town.
It's not a good look.
Right. It is like a small town. That's why I say it has to be like a fraternity or some type of club they in. Everybody just beats up. Everybody.
But listen,
it gotta be like a club, man. It's no way.
This is what I don't like. I'm gonna tell you who's the corniest guy on social media, and I hope this reach him. Old proper ass talking Gilbert Arenas. What him and Shaggy P did when they was talking about Drea Michelle in the back, she's got pregnant for Jalen Green, and we talked about what we talked about, but I'm not gonna call. She's not. I ain't saying she's a whore more than the other person is a whore. I mean,
Right.
Jalen Green could be just as much as whore as she is. But to bring up what I hate that guy that's like, oh, this guy gets her pregnant. Or this guy get it. Well, I had her in 87, or I had her in
In
2005,
the back
or,
of the
or I
seat.
had her first.
Right, like it's some type of
Hey,
medal.
listen, dude. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I've never been that guy sitting up bragging about anything I've done in my life
I'm
like
telling
that.
Mhm.
I have nothing to be proud about or be ashamed of. I just ain't. I'm not that dude. I don't. No woman can say I sit up and just that man don't do nothing but talk about me to people. No. Even to this day, I believe in what you had with that person. That's it. But
Obviously.
somebody got to do that is a corn
I agree.
dog. He
Mhm.
I
sit up
agree.
and I had her in the back seat of the car. Like, dude, you sound stupid. You sound
Is
very
he in high
immature.
school? He really said that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shaggy P was
Wow,
telling
bro.
you're talking about
How
giving
he
a ring.
did? How
What
he have
Gilbert
more
Arenas was
backlash
doing
to
with
it? That's
Dre
crazy.
Michelle in the back of a car. And I just thought it was really
That's poor taste, man.
Hey,
stupid. Man.
let's
taste.
burst Gil bubble real fast. I ain't want to bring this up. I'm gonna bring it up since you just brought that up. You hear what he did the other day, right?
What's that?
About the comments he made about Saucy Santana.
Mm-mm.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, okay, go look for it. And just to make a long story short, people think Gil is gay.
Probably is.
Is
Well,
it a TA?
Well, let me go
was-
on summarize it up for you. Excuse my language to the people that's watching. I won't make it vulgar. But Gil Arenas pretty much made comments about Saucy Santana is a gay man. All right.
Oh,
And he pretty much compares Saucy Santana's figure to Meg the Stallion's.
Wow.
So yeah, that's where I'm gonna go with that. But go look at the video, and you probably be questioning Gil's sexuality. I don't think he can bounce back from it. He can sit here and say, "I was just joking." No, you don't joke like that.
Who joke like that?
He
But
said
see,
some
them
stuff
be
in there that
those
you
men
like.
who belittle women, those men who criticize women, those men who make fun of gay people, gay men, those men, they got a story to tell, right? And so
Mhm.
because I feel like once you become secure in yourself, see, when I was growing up a kid, my thing is I grew up in the era we was frowned, a lot of stuff was frowned upon. It was like, ugh. But now it's like, how do it directly affect me? Like, I know who I am, I ain't you if you won't see me like Shannon Sharp sitting at the restaurant eating anything in the gay man's, it's just some no-nos. But I remember when I first started like getting into dressing, when I went to go purchase a suit, a gay man was in there. He helped me find the best suit I've ever had in my life. But coming home with me and trying to keep my number and then hang out on. See, those dudes like Gilbert Arenas, yeah, it's something more to that story.
Mm-hmm.
And so his mouth is get him in trouble. That's why doing stuff like this is
Talk too
fun, man.
much.
Mess around and say the wrong thing.
Right.
Now you the same thing made you laugh, about to make you cry.
Yep.
These athletes gonna learn, man. Hey, did y'all see LeBron and JJ Redick gonna have a podcast now?
Really?
Yes.
That's another thing, man. Lead the podcasting to regular people. Lead the podcasting to retired players. Lead the pod because everybody got a podcast while they playing.
LeBron got something to say.
I'd rather LeBron just go on other people's podcasts and give interviews, not have one, if that makes sense.
Yeah, what was the one he used to go on HBO?
Like
I'd
rather hear LeBron on Knuckleheads podcast. Also, I'd rather him go to those kind and talk instead of him having a podcast. I don't really have a problem with Paul George's podcast, but I just think LeBron James just needs to go spread.
Can I say this though?
Mm-hmm.
Athletes having podcasts while being active, while still playing, it's the dumbest shit ever. Like, dude, it's like you want to do that. This market should be available. Like, y'all want to do everything.
Want to take everything.
Like, y'all got that much time on your hands to
because
do
you ain't playing all the
podcasting.
games. You ain't playing all the games. You're not working on your game. You're not invested, fully invested. To me, I feel like anytime Draymond can get out of a game and go sit down and talk on the podcast, like Charles Barkley was going home to be with his family out the way, quiet, chilling, just because they really hooped that night.
Yeah.
like these dudes, man, sitting out for 30 games, but they podcasts is act like listening to Michael Parsons talk to CeeDee Lamb while he eating CeeDee Lamb eating some food while he's.
Yo, Josh Hart. Did Josh Hart stop his podcast? Cause he was like, I was like, y'all gotta give it up.
Podcasts.
Everybody want to be a star.
Like
everybody got one. You got that right. All right, man. It's been a good show. We got a little promos. We are brought to you by Bet Us. We got your game. Place your bets through Bet Us. We have March Madness coming up. We have MLB coming up soon. Hockey, NBA. So place your bet through Bet Us. Since Mississippi took underdog away from us, we gotta make money some way, somehow on the side.
Right ever since.
I know, man.
It
It don't feel the same. It don't feel the same. And if y'all are new to the show, like and subscribe, turn on the notifications so you know when we go live. You know, we sometimes we miss up the days, but so y'all have to follow us on IG to keep up to date where we go live on shows. And we are brought to you by LoccTocc also. It's a sports bet community where you talk about your sports bets, try to figure out what's going to hit, what's not going to hit. So it's a good way to compare notes and try to win money together. So that's it, guys. It's been a fun show. We will not be back Friday. I'm going out of town.
Nothing wrong with that.
So we won't be back Friday. We'll be back on another show tomorrow. Randy Coolray from the What's Up, the Sports Podcast, asked us to come on and do a show with him. So y'all tune over to his show on YouTube and watch us there. And if we don't stream again this week, we'll see y'all next Monday on Voice of the Fan Sportscast. Same channel, same time. Guys, anything else I want to say before we get out of here?
Y'all be safe, man. Enjoy your week. And don't forget to let your sinks drip tonight, man. Faucets drip tonight.
Yes.
We're freezing here in Mississippi tonight.
Yes, sir. Y'all stay safe out there. We are out of here.
Peace and love, man.
Peace.
Thank you.